Alright, Nothing Manacles. New gauntlets for Season 15. A lot of people have been talking trash about these, at least when I've talked to people, so I figured I'm gonna try to make a build for them. Maybe I can make them actually pretty decent. Uh, maybe using some high-end content, so we'll be checking out how these go in the Master Nightfall for this week. And yeah, so we'll get into the build here real quick. Primary doesn't really matter too much. I think if you had Demolitionist, it'd probably make this a little better. Alright, we got Telesto. Kind of, your special is a little more interchangeable. You could either run Telesto or the new Linear. Um, doesn't really matter which one you go with. I think for Master, the Linear is a little better just because you get a little more range. But Telesto's not a bad choice whatsoever at all. And then we got Thread Needle, another Void weapon. This entire build is just Void based. Like, it could be better with a couple more mods, but I don't have some of these mods. But if you do, this build could be really nuts. Alright, so for armor, we're going to start out here. We got 41 discipline on this helmet. Now, you may not have that. That's just what I got lucky with. But mods we're running with is just the discipline mod, linear fusion rifle ammo finder, and then font to wisdom. Since there's not a lot of intellect in this build necessarily, it's a way to kind of get your super back a little faster. This entire build's really based on elemental wells. Last season was more charged with light, but this season's a little more of a elemental well build. Alright, so for the gauntlets themselves, I wish I had a better roll on these. That way I could have double hundreds. I think eventually I'll try to get some with a pretty high discipline recovery, and it'll definitely balance it out a little bit better. But we got elemental ordnance. Same thing, another elemental well mod. Just getting kills with your nades, which is what you're going to be doing a lot with this build anyway. So spawn those. You can run kind of whatever you want here. I think once you do like the higher end content, you're going to want like Unstoppable and Overload, obviously. But if you're just running anything, just run these. And then we just got a recovery mod, try to get that up as high as you can. Alright, move on to the chest piece. Another, this is really just what you want this entire build. Recovery and discipline. At least that's what I'm going for, because I think that's kind of the best bet and way to go. So we got Reaping Wellmaker. So after you activate your class ability, your next weapon final blow will spawn another well. Yet again, just getting as much wells as you can. Concussive Damper, you can really run anything here. Just whatever you prefer. Linear Reserves, it's going to help you have more ammo to do DPS. And then yet again, another recovery mod. Alright, for the legs, what you're looking for again over here. And then we got Well of Tenacity, which will reduce the damage you take for a short period of time. Since you're spawning so many wells, you can really have this up. Not at all times, but a pretty good amount of the time. Give you a pretty high defensive capability. Installation's pretty self-explanatory. You just get your ability cooldown every time you pick up Orb of Power. Then you got a Fusion Scavenger. Depending on what you're running, if you got Telesto, obviously it's gonna help for running the new linear. That also helps because it's a linear, and then you just get another recovery mod. Now, class item for right now, I'm running plus 10 recovery and then a distribution. I don't have the particle deconstruction unlocked yet, but once I get that, I'll definitely be running that instead of this. But for right now, all ability cooldowns is just a good all-around thing to be running. Another quick note, I think you could definitely switch a lot of stuff, mod-wise around here. I think, not Flare, nope. If I had, where's the mod at? Now, if I had Fontamite, I'd probably put this on the build. I don't have this. I may actually have to try to get this as quick as I can. But that would be a good one to kind of switch out and put in there, because it would just help your void weapons. Which is why we're running like all void stuff. So yeah, I mean, if you have this mod, definitely put it on. I don't, but yeah. And then obviously for your subclass, we're gonna be running Bottom Tree Voidwalker. Get your Devour. So every time you get a kill with the melee ability, get your health back. For a short time afterwards, kills restore additional health. So basically, like, you're going to be having Devour up pretty much at all times. I mean, for the most part. If you don't have it up, you get 2 grenades anyway, so you can just use one to get it back. And then, yeah, I mean, that's really a big part of the survivability of this, really. And then just getting your nades back and, I mean, everything, so. Alright, well, we're going to hop over to a Master Nightfall, and we'll see how it does in the hardest content, at least at the moment. And then we'll kind of give it a rating at the end. See the damage on this guy. It's not bad. It's not bad. At least for a nade. I mean, it's pretty decent. Yeah, this guy is just... Damn, bro. This guy was finessing. That was a waste of it. It's fine though. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Yo, this new linear though is absolutely godly. See, it's like, I don't know, like one of them tracked, but like the other like 9 of them just kind of went straight up in the air, so I don't know. I think they did say that there was like a bug with that. But I don't know if they've actually fixed that or not. Right there, man, I hit him like right on, and that hit him pretty hard. So I mean, I can say at least in that sense, they seem to be working as intended. But I think the tracking on them is still a little iffy. Yeah, that does a really nice chunk of damage. No way, he ducked that? Are you serious? Let's see when you get this nade. You got one. Got one. What am I? Are you serious? This legend really stopped me that one time? Dude, is this guy gonna stun? Oh my god. What was that? Ooh, there's some nice damage right there. I don't know, it seems kind of inconsistent, but I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like at times it'll hit like really hard, and then other times it'll kind of just do nothing. I don't know. The tracking on it's like either it's like there or it's not. Like sometimes you'll get all of them to track, sometimes only one will. Hello? Hello. Am I just terrible, or was that like just completely missing? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't, I don't know. It's just really inconsistent. That's what I've noticed. At least. So that's probably what's happening here. I mean, it works really well in groups, it seems like. It's just kind of like the 1, 2, you know, the single and double target damage. It's just, I don't know, it's just not really there. For For whatever reason, it seems like it does better like by itself, or like in a group of 4 or 5. See, a hard track right there. This is crazy. Yay! Alright, well, conclusion of this build, since I got lagged out like 500 times in, in that nightfall, at least got to the boss room. I mean, we were, at least, they'll probably still be able to get it, but, we were on track to beating it, so I mean, the build's viable. I think, it was a little inconsistent at times with the damage and the tracking every once in a while. Like sometimes it would work really well, sometimes it would just be like a water gun. It just seemed like it wasn't really doing much, but I think it's usable. There's definitely some other mods that you could probably put in here that'll make it a little better. So the only thing I'd probably do to probably make this build a little better is probably put a font of might in there. That's probably the only mod that would probably make this build a little better, at least until they fix the gauntlets, make them at least more consistent. Otherwise, I mean, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10 at the moment. So I mean, it's usable, but I probably wouldn't use it over like a stasis build at the moment. So alright, well, that's gonna do it for the Nothing Manacles build. If anybody else has any other opinions for maybe stuff to use here, definitely put it down below. But that's about as good as a build as I could probably give it at the moment. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.